Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Mide Nancy. In case you are seeing me for the first time, you're welcome, and if you're a returning viewer or a returning subscriber, you're welcome. Thank you for coming back. I'm super excited to be filming this video, and I hope you learn a thing or two in today's video. Like I announced on my community post earlier this week, applications to study in France 2025, like September 2025, is currently opened on the 1st of October, and it's running until the 1st of December 2024 for 2025 September resumption. I've had quite a lot of messages on how do I do my applications myself, where do I start from, what do I need, and in this video I'm going to be breaking it down how to do it yourself, DIY. I'm going to be explaining the steps, the processes, where to start from. If I'm not able to cover everything in this video, I'll try to have a part 2 to cover up everything I left out. If this sounds like something you're interested in watching, then let's jump into the video. Let's take it step by step. You want to study in France. First question that I'm going to address is the fact that people ask me, can I come for January resumption or June, July? In France, 99 or 98% of universities only have one resumption, and that's in September of every year. There are some private schools that might have like other resumptions like January or even later in the middle of the year. They're not like many, but if you are not already in France on a different visa or on a different status, it might be difficult for you to get into such programs. So international students who are still in their home countries are advised to target schools that have September resumptions, because that's the general time that admission visas are going out and processing. So remove your mind from January, June, July resumptions, especially if you are looking to get a very affordable, cheap university. Moving on, before you begin your application at all, make up your mind. You need to have a mindset that starts something and finishes it. Applying for anything, whether job, whether school, whether a scholarship, grants, whatever you're applying for, is not an easy process. If you're still watching this video, it means you probably have made up your mind you want to apply to study in France. So first thing I'm going to tell you to do now is to begin to think of what do you want to study. Let's start from there. What do I feel like studying? Okay, I don't feel like studying anything. What do I think I could qualify for? Are you applying for master's degree? Are you applying for bachelor's degree? You need to consider the several factors that might go into being chosen or not. Like, how old am I? Would it be better for me to apply for master's? Do I stand a better chance applying for bachelor's? What did I study for my bachelor's degree? Do I want to continue in that line? Do I want to change fields? Ask yourself these possible questions. Then draft out a list of courses that you think you might be able to function in. So if your bachelor's degree was in English language, you might want to go into project management. You might want to go into like administrative assistant. Now, let's say you already have a list of possible programs you are looking for. Draft them out and go to the Campus France catalog. If you feel confident enough in your French and feel like you want to study a program fully taught in French, then click on the link that I'm going to put in the description box, the Campus France catalog for French taught programs. Go on that website, put all these courses that you've already listed out. You can just make it wide. If you have a particular region in France that you want to live in, you can also add the region so that it proposes to you universities in that region. If you don't have a certain region, just put the course that you're interested in, Masters in Administration. It brings out a bunch. Then you can begin to open them one after the other to actually see what you're interested in. If you want to study in English in France, it's also very possible. There's another link I'm going to put in the description box for English taught programs, and you can click on that link as well and put your keyword, and that way it proposes to you the programs that are available. You could also choose to apply to programs where you are taught 50% in English, 50% in French. Lots of people also message me that they are not able to find programs of their choices on both links. You can also go online on Google and type master's degree in administration in France, fully taught in English. Just type that. It proposes to you a bunch of programs as well that might not be on the Campus France catalog. Actually, I think think the Campus France catalog is not updated yet because there's so many programs that many people are actually like doing in France, like some who came in from Nigeria recently, and you won't find such programs on Campus France catalog. Just make sure you are noting down all the schools. You can note down 3 programs in the same university as well. Forget about the application dates that you see on the Campus France programs and on Google. You see that the application has not opened yet for this new year. So now let me explain it for you. Applications open for international students before the French citizens or before the people who are actually living in France. So that's why the application is the year before. The application you are going to do now between October to December is not going to the schools directly yet. It's actually going to the Campus France agents of your country that will treat it, invite you for interviews, see that you are capable and everything, then transfer to the schools when the applications actually open. And for the schools directly, the application might open like next year, like February, March. And you might be asking yourself that, if I miss the Campus France, let me just apply to the schools when it opens. It's not going to be possible in most cases, because for those living in France and their citizens, there's another platform again that they are supposed to use. So it's only very few schools, mostly private schools, that will ask you to apply directly through their own designated like website or platforms. But normally there are 2 platforms. Campus France procedure for international students who are still in their countries. I mean countries that are in partnership with France, because I don't know where you're watching from. Some people have messaged me that, oh, there's no Campus France in their country. It means your country doesn't have partnership with France in terms of like study in France. Then there's another platform called Mon Master. My Master is for everyone residing in France at that time. I mean, last year around December, many people were already messaging me, I haven't gotten any admissions yet. I'm like, your application has not left your country. It's still with the team. Now, the next thing you're going to do is to look at the documents. Even though on this school's website, you might not see where to apply, which is normal, you should be able to see the documents or the requirements to be in their program or the things they look out for. A common thing is going to be CV. I mean, I have a whole video on documents to prepare before you apply to study in France. I'm going to link it up here. Some programs might require language certifications. If you want to study in French, they want to be sure you can speak French, so they require the international exams we call DELF. Some programs might also ask for like English language proficiency exam certification. In many situations, I've advised people to get like a proof of English from their universities where they graduated. I mean, you can get it from your university for like maybe 10K, 20K, Nigeria, and send to use that as your proof of English. And in most cases, it actually works. If you don't have it, do not panic. It might not even be important at the end of the day. If you can tell them, oh, I'm Nigerian, our official language is English, blah, blah, blah. At the end of the day, they could drop it. These are some of the common things that most of the programs are going to ask for. Then when you're looking at each program, you will be able to find other things that, they might not be the general thing that everyone will see. Some might ask you for the weirdest things. Just note down all these documents. So begin to work towards getting these documents one after the other. Then for your letter, you can still chill on the letter because you haven't finalized on the programs you want to apply to yet. You just noted them down. But if you have that time, begin to draft out letter for each program. Another thing about documents is that you will have to translate your document into French with a certified translator, not just anybody like, oh, I have a friend that studied French, please translate this thing for me. It's not gonna work. I'm speaking for Nigerians. I don't know if the Campus France Kenya, Campus France Ghana, and some other countries ask for the same. You will need your original WAEC results as well as a scratch card. You can go to any cafe. We call them cafes in Nigeria, like any cyber cafe. Tell them you need a scratch card for your WAEC result. And that scratch card, make sure you don't use it. You can scratch it and take a picture of it, and it will be part of the document you upload for Campus France to verify that your WAEC result is actually original and not fake. Now, next thing you have to do is to create an account on Etude en France. You can actually do this before everything I've said. I know I've been saying Campus France team, this, that. Many people always ask me that, what's the meaning of Campus France? What's the meaning of Etude en France? So Campus France is the third party, is the team between France and your country to actually help you with your application procedures on your process. But the platform to apply through is called Etude en France, where you're actually going to put your documents, where you're going to upload this, upload that, and press submit. The platform Just that platform is called Etude en France. So I hope that makes sense now. I already did a video on how to create that, how to upload your documents step by step. Watch it here. You can click on this link. I'll also leave the link in the description below. So click on the link, create your account, select your country. For Nigeria, there's Abuja and there's Lagos, and that's where you're going to go for your interviews. Ideally, when you watch the video about how to create your Etude en France account and how to upload your document, it should be easy from there. But because of some people that might not really still understand, I have a PDF from Campus France detailing the whole process step by step. I'll link it in the description box. For some documents, you have to put them together in just one PDF, and then the Etude en France platform will actually tell you that your documents can only be 50 KB. That thing is always a problem because sometimes your file is like 6 point something MB. To reduce it to 50 KB, it fades off if you use all these online sites where you upload your document and it will give you a reduced version, low quality. Just do everything possible to make sure your document you're uploading is not more than 50 KB and they are clear as well. It's not a matter of, oh, let me just put it, no matter the quality, they'll see it. They won't see it though. It needs to be readable. Another question people ask me is about the academic system in France. Like, so you see L1, L2, L3, M1, M2. Because when you are creating an account or when you are uploading your document, they're going to ask you that what's your highest level of education. So for Nigeria, we have 4 years for our university studies. But when we do the official conversion of our degree into the French system, it becomes 3 years. So L1, L2, L3, because in France, their university system is just 3 years. Like L1 means 100 level, like year 1. Licence, that's the meaning of the L. So if you have a 4 years bachelor's degree in Nigeria, choose licence 3. If you even have a 5 years bachelor's degree in Nigeria, still choose licence 3. Or you can also choose M1. M1 is actually first year of masters. M2 is second year of masters. Normally in France, the bachelor's degree is for 3 years, but when your program reaches like 5 years, it is considered that you already have the masters. Like it's automatic, you have your master's degree together. Unlike in Nigeria, that you can have like engineering courses or some other courses that will even go above 5 years and you still have to consider it as a bachelor's degree. So if you're applying for masters, you're applying for M1 programs. If you want to apply for second year of masters directly, you don't want to do the first year, you just want to do 1 year of masters, you're applying for M2. If you apply to M1 programs in France and you get chosen, after that year, M1, if you pass, you automatically move to M2, except you do not want to continue with them, you don't want to do their program again, you want to do your M2 somewhere else in another different university or another different program in the same university, you are free. You're not tied down like, oh, because you did M1 with us, you must finish M2 with us. But that M1 alone is not sufficient enough. It's not a master's degree in France. You won't get like a master's degree. You will just get like a certificate of having come to class and having done the first year of your master's. So it's until you finish M2 that you can actually be considered a master's degree holder in France. So if you want to only do a 1 year master's program, maybe you already have 1 master's before from your country, consider applying for M2 directly or just apply for the M1, and after the M1, see if you can get a job, and if not, apply for another M2 or join your normal program for their M2 program. This video, I've been talking about where to start from if you want to do your application yourself, DIY. I've also explained part of the process and try to break down ambiguities around Etude en France, Campus France, academic system in France, and so on. If you want to contract your application out to someone, maybe an agent or whatnot, make sure you are involved in the process. Don't just pay because you have money and not want to even know what programs, because at the end of the day, for your Campus France interviews, you have to go yourself. So if someone is applying for you and you don't even know the names of the programs, you don't even know the names of the universities, by the interview stage, the Campus France might not give a good review about you to the schools that they are sending your applications to. To the best of my knowledge, I think this video will be helpful for you in case you want to do your application to study in France by yourself. This is a video of how do I start? Where do I start from? What do I do first? This video will give you clarity, and from there you can now proceed to like the next stages. You can ask me questions in the comment section. Maybe you have like some burning questions that I've still not talked about. Put them in the comment section. Maybe in the next video, I'm going to address your question. You can also reach out to me on social media. I am Mide_Nancy on Instagram. Thank you for sticking to the end. Do not leave just yet. Give this video a big thumbs up. Please subscribe to the channel if you're seeing me for the first time. Do not forget to share this video to your groups, travel groups, your friends that are still considering if they want to study outside of their countries or not. You can send it to them to see if it's something that they would be interested in doing. Thank you once again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.